Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Behind the Brand, where we have conversations and we feature the top sales associates at Illustrated Properties, which means they are the top sales associates in all of Northern Palm Beach County and Martin County. And today we have a fantastic guest, one of our newest members of our President's Council, which is what we call our top sales associates. Sales associate. She's been doing it for 15 years. She's a mom. She's a top sales professional. Her clients love her. We love her at Illustrated. And her name is Stephanie Brams, and we're really, really excited to have you here today,
Hi.
Stephanie.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sitting down.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Happy to be
absolutely.
here.
Yeah. Well, you've got a really unique journey. You're a local. Nobody's a local, right?
I'm a local.
But you are
local.
truly a local.
Yes.
Kind of talk about how you got into the real estate business, what attracted you to the real estate business, and and talk about your story.
Okay. Well, so I was bred into the real estate career. My father lived in over 41 houses on Palm Beach Island.
Wow.
My grandfather and great-grandfather developed the northern end of Palm Beach Island.
Mm-hmm.
My great-grandfather started the Palm Beach Country Club.
Yep.
My dad is a real estate attorney, and I just always knew that I wanted to be in real estate. I was the 13.
You didn't have a choice.
No, I didn't. But I was the 13-year-old that was begging to go to the open house down the street and not the mall to meet my friends.
Yeah.
And I just was always intrigued by beautiful homes and the design aspects of real estate and the transaction aspect of the deal. And I love it. It was always real estate for me. So.
Yeah. There's, the older we get, I think, and the more places, at least that I travel, there's probably no more unique or special place than Palm Beach Island, is there?
I mean, it's magical.
Yeah.
It's special. And the crazy thing is that although it's evolving, it feels the exact same as it did when I was 10 years
right?
old.
Yeah.
So
There are very few places, especially around here
Yeah.
in the northern end of the county. There's very few places you could say that.
yeah, it's a cool aspect to be able to like drive down the street and see all the homes that you lived in growing up that still look the exact same. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah. Well, you sell a lot of real estate. You also have 2 kids. You're all over the place to be in the position you're in within our company and to receive the accolades that you've received. It's got to take a little grit and a little persistence and maybe a few tough days and
Yes.
and some you got to have that perseverance to continue to grind. Talk about that. I don't know if there is balance. Balance is a kind of weird word, but talk about what does your day look like and how do you manage all of those things and still are able to take care of your clients as well as you obviously do.
It's interesting because in the real estate career, part of what I love so much is that you never know what the day is going to bring.
Yeah.
You could think you know exactly how the day is going to play out, and it plays out completely differently. And that's a struggle sometimes when you've got 2 babies.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of support, but if I'm being honest, my first priority is always my babies.
Sure.
So if I can be there to pick them up, I do. But I really have no boundaries with work either. And
Right.
and that's the way I like it. And that's the way I generate as much business as I do. So, you just have to sort of bob and weave. You have to
Yeah.
figure it out, and you have to you really have to kind of figure out real time how to balance the two. And it's not always easy, but as long as you have the support and you are a little flexible and always knowing that you're meeting your obligations and responsibilities for your clients, because there is a huge responsibility with that. I don't let more than 20 minutes ever go without a text or a phone call back to a client. And sometimes those conversations are at 10 or 10:30 at night for their schedule. But you have to, if you want it, you have to figure it out. And I often remind myself that I'm so lucky that I'm in a career where I can pick my kids up from school if the day allows it, and also be a mom and a wife and a realtor who can provide, for my family as well. So
Yeah, that that flexibility word is kind of a misnomer, and I always laugh because we obviously interview a lot of prospective sales associates that want to join our company, and one of the things that they always say is that they like the flexibility, and of course, if you're you may be able to pick your kids up from school and navigate around that from a scheduling standpoint, but you're also doing what you alluded to, which is texting and taking care of your customers at 10:30 at night or whenever
Right.
they're available.
Well, and if I'm being completely honest, you have to be so super organized and you have to know how you're going to execute that day. So the flexibility doesn't come in like, you know, it comes in how you navigate the change of plans, but you always have to have like backup plans in place and, be prepared to figure it out. But, I'm really lucky that I have like plans and then backup plans and then backup plans for my kids or whatever it is that I need to take
Always
care of.
carry a lifeboat.
Yeah.
Always be ready to do something different. You had a banner year last year, biggest sales year that you've had, and you've had some great ones. What do you think the difference has been for your career and your success, over these last several years that you seem to you're operating at a price point and at a level that most of the people in this business dream about, and they want to be in. Everybody in the real estate business, from here to Miami to to California, wants to operate at that price point. What are you doing that's different than the others? Are you even aware of it? Most of the time, people don't know what they're doing that's unique because it's just ingrained in them. But is there that distinguishing factor that you can identify?
I think at this point, you go years and years and years of learning tough lessons, trying your best to figure out and learn from what you could have done differently in a past transaction. And I think fast forward years and having years behind me in this career, I feel like my clients trust me so much. And not only do we end up closing the deal and it's successful, but they become friends. And I'm very lucky that I don't do much marketing, so to answer your question, I think it's word of mouth, and I think it's being loyal and trustworthy for my clientele. And at this point, I just keep getting referrals because people know that when they give my name out, I'm going to take care of their referral to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my answer. I wish I had some fancy answer for you, but it's that I have worked my butt off, for lack of a better word.
That's right.
For almost 15 years. And at this point, I think my track record speaks for itself. And so, that's where I am. That's why I am where I am today.
Yeah. Well, it's we're really honored that you're on our team and that you represent us every day. It's a big deal and something that we're very, very proud of.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be a part of Illustrated, and I've been True Blue since day one, and it will continue that way. I love Illustrated.
Great.
Yeah.
We love it. So what, one of the things that everything's changed in our business, the market's changing. We have lots of people moving to our area. We have a quality of life that, obviously the secret is out at this point. The definition of luxury is kind of changing as well. I mean, what are your thoughts? What does luxury mean to you when you say that you're a luxury real estate sales associate?
So I think luxury comes in all different shapes and sizes in this market. I think finishes within a home, obviously, location, neighborhood, lifestyle. I think lifestyle really is where my pinpoint, though.
Yeah.
I think that as the market has changed and more people have come to South Florida and the area has evolved so much, I think that when I'm selling real estate and selling luxury real estate, I'm not only selling the beautiful home, the updated and upgraded kitchen, the beautiful waterfall pool into the intercoastal, but I love that I can also sell the area and what the area has to offer and the culture and the lifestyle. So that's where I really think luxury real estate right now is headed, because people are moving from up north, and it's not just people, stepping stone from one home to another home. So for me, most of my clientele, as of lately, has been people coming from up north. So it's about selling the real estate, but selling how luxurious and wonderful it is to live in sunny South Florida and especially northern Palm Beach County.
Yeah. Do you think that the buyers are changing at all? I mean, do you think that their needs are changing, or their what they would prioritize as they begin the search process? Is that drastically different from pre-COVID or
Yeah,
before
absolutely. I think that circles us right back to location.
that?
I think the insurance market is very challenging right now. So I think luxury actually is having property insurance that you can get insurance,
Right.
or I think some of these, particularly golf club communities like Admiral's Cove, it's very difficult to find that perfect home, and there's so little available, and of what's available, how much exposure is there. So that all has shifted and changed in a big way, and you just have to be, well educated in what the facts are before your client is going under contract or in the very early stages of the contract, so that so they know what sort of lies ahead as
Yeah.
far as exposure. So, yeah, I think that that's where the needs have really changed.
Well, I think when you kind of look at your business, one of the unique things about you is that for some reason you're able to see, where things are going and anticipate challenges or fogginess or problems that may arise, which is kind of part of our job. And we can't, you can't foresee all of the future, but having the experience and living the lifestyle and growing up in that lifestyle as well, I think you're able to skate where the puck's going, not necessarily the puck's been sometimes, which is tricky to do.
I feel a huge obligation to my clients to always buffer the real estate buying experience and to make it as enjoyable and stress-free as possible. So having a plan in place, always knowing to analyze certain potential risk factors of a transaction, or costs associated with the purchase of a home in South Florida is important, because there's things that you need to think about that are different than if you're from up north and you aren't thinking about storm protection or insurance. So I love more than anything the decor and the finishes, but those are the meat and potatoes of homes, and you have a responsibility for resale in especially in a crazy market like this, that you're selling something you believe will hold its value, and also that there's not like a huge financial exposure for things that your clients aren't already thinking about. So
the amenities are fun, but if you can't get property insurance, that creates a property.
Or if all the windows need to be replaced, or the roof immediately.
Right.
So
the infinity pool isn't quite as exciting, if you don't have windows.
Right. Well, it's still really exciting, but yes, I agree.
I want one of those splash pools. That's what I'm.
Splash pad.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I actually just sold a house that had one, and it was wonderful. They would put lounge chairs, and on a hot sunny day, I just wanted to crawl right in one of those lounge chairs.
It's getting hotter by the day. All right, I've got one more question for you, and I think you'll have a fun answer. But if you could have dinner with anybody in history, whether they're alive or they're no longer with us, who would it be?
Oprah Winfrey.
Wow, really?
Yep.
This is kind of an Oprah type setting. Although Oprah didn't have the headset and the microphones,
we're high tech today.
We're high tech today. Yeah.
I think that she has discussed, experienced so much of life with some of the most incredible people that aren't today's social, what society is drawn to. And I just can only imagine the kind of stories that she'd have to share and her perspective on individuals and situations. I would just love to sit down and have a couple glasses of wine with her.
She's seen it all, and she has more stories that she could share with.
I can only imagine
with a bottle of wine. It would take. So hey, Stephanie, I really appreciate you doing this today. Really excited to roll this out, and really grateful that you're on our team. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.